All right, so I guess that means that whatever Falco, we have Falco on Slayer and we have Casino on Nagoriyuki.
Oh, wait,
And
it
looks like, yeah, why not?
I'll bet I'm fucking down.
Yeah, if we're already streaming, let's do it.
Low key, I kind of love the Slayer versus Nago match because someone is always dead within like the first 10 seconds.
I love it for the lore implications myself, simply because I love how they keep introducing all these old favorites, but then also find these cool ways to tie in newer cast members to the deeper lore. It kind of feels like it enriches the world. But yeah, this definitely feels like this is a matchup where the round start is one of the most important factors. It really
definitely, because like what a lot of Nagos can do is kind of play out of Slayer's P mapper range and like right outside of his like 2H range and just kind of bait hits over there for punishes, but let's be real, they're not doing that shit.
It also depends on how Slayer plays. Does he take a risk and go for the better reward, or does he play it safe?
I mean, well, there's the raw 2H to start with. This is
the burst is already gone.
We're just gonna be scrapping here.
Yep. No,
raw 2D out of the corner. There is absolutely no regard for life from either side here.
Drops the combo, but he gets. Oh, Falco with both the patience, the observance, and the conversions. He is.
And the raw dust on block, massive.
Oh yeah.
This is guilty gear right here. This is what Daisuke intended when he made this game.
Despite the health lead in the wall break, this could go either way. Falco is 100 meter and Casino. Well, no,
he went for a last horizon there. I do not. I respect the audacity. I have a lot of respect.
Falco there.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta do some shit because you believe.
Oh, absolutely.
It don't even gotta make sense. You just gotta be like, I want it to hit, so if I pray hard enough, it fucking will.
And we got a super through the wall break. It's not looking too good for Falco right now. It's very possible Casino's downloaded him in the one round we've already had. But there's still a shot.
I think Casino is just the more patient player out of the two, and Falco's fucking swinging, and Casino is getting pretty good at just anticipating that and punishing him for it.
Yeah, it seems like between the two, Casino's doing a very good job at playing amongst the ranges for the moment.
Yeah, and that's really how you shut Slayer down, because like, Slayer has a lot of scummy shit he can do in neutral, but if you just play right outside the range of his tools, there's really not that many options available to him.
It is interesting to see how this goes on, because between the two, Casino's being a lot more liberal with his meter, and Falco keeps finding himself in these situations where, despite being on the defensive, there's the last horizon, that should be a kill.
I mean, there's no way it ain't. Especially with that blood gauge.
Oh yeah. See, this is the kind of,
you know what? No one said being a baller never paid off, right?
This is the kind of thing we love seeing Falco play for. The insane observational skills, the insane reads coming in for the massive damage, and going big or going home.
I mean, it's always beautiful to see it pay off.
Oh yeah.
Are we seeing two wall-to-walls here? I mean, two round start wall breaks here, not a wall-to-wall.
At this rate, it's very possible that Casino gets a world tour.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, a world tour is what I call one of the hardest things you can do in a game. It is breaking the wall 3 different times so that you start in Area 1 and you end in Area 1, all within the same round. Not the same set, but the same round.
No, that is a punish on the video. And oh wait, even if this doesn't hit, there is the meter on deck. Oh no,
yep,
it is
over right either way. Falco was just a little impatient, and that cost him the round. But we go to duel 3, and there's still a very solid shot.
This is match point for Casino though, so they could be taking it here.
Yeah.
Oh, Falco is plus on that. You gotta jump out of that shit or else you are
cooked. Patience, Falco's adapting. Very, very fun.
R/3 times in a row and it worked. That's the baller shit I love seeing.
Well, that's...
People hate on Slayer, but come on, just fucking look at the audacity.
Hits him with the high-low jump-in mix. Gets him on the low, but Slayer comes... Oh.
What I am loving about this is basically every time that he does this, it would be just
the blood pop conversion.
Are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see some kind of conversion here? Oh no,
we're seeing death.
We're back to 1-1, anyone's game.
Yep.
What I do
initial
like about
power match
Falco
point.
is whenever he's got 100 meter on deck in neutral, he always
He will
goes
go
for
for
Last
it.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Reasonably, if you're gonna do anything, it should be Super Mappa Hunch into RC on block. But at the same time, it's way less swag. And honestly,
But
swag
Falco
wins you these games.
Yeah, but Falco going for the style is always one of the reasons I enjoy seeing his Slayer in action over most Slayers I see anywhere.
Oh no, absolutely. The raw 2D on route start. How big is this gonna be?
Coming with the 2D and to counter the WWA. The throw read. The second throw read. But this might be the kill.
This looks like... Oh yeah, wall splash is dead.
Yep. Casino is definitely on point with his conversions too. These both seem to be both players. Both players here seem to be very much converting Titans whenever they seem to get a hit.
Yeah. Whoa! What the fuck? But using the 0 on block of the fucking tap dust to get a mix off? That is wild as hell.
The patience coming in
I
again.
think what
The
Casino
call out
is
on
doing
the high-low
is
mix.
they're using a lot of Falco's tendencies to press to get opportunities for mix just by going for a faster button than Falco's riskier options a lot of the time.
And with that, we have finally passed through the first two phases with the tower mix. Casino, Casino is out for the moment and now tags in with his celestial partner, Armchair Titan.
Let's see this shit.
Casino has lost one though, so if Armchair does take this first set as Leo, then that'll immediately kick Casino down too.
Oh, and then let me in this shit. Hell yeah.
And when you jump in, I'll stick on solo. I guess I'll stick on solo commenting just for your rounds, just so that you can.
Oh, I gotta lock in, Chief.
Exactly. But we'll see how this goes. Casino might hold it. He's played against Armchair a lot, so he might be used to some of Armchair's shenanigans.
See, I'm taking a lot of this as research. I gotta know what I'm in for. Because I think I got my Leo matchup pretty confidently down, but at the same time, this motherfucker has 12,000 hours on Street Fighter 4. Anything could happen.
His name is Armchair Titan, and there is no slacking on the name Titan. He truly is a titan of fighting games. For all the decades he has put into them, he is, and even the Armchair side is not to be dismissed because this is one of the most patient players I've ever seen. He will play the most safe neutral, and go for a conf, and then go completely in on the Titan as soon as he gets the confirm.
Street Fighter in him, man. I've been just playing Third Strike non-stop
Cross
for like
up
the past
in
weekend. I see how he's getting
into
this
the
shit.
OTG wall break conversion. No,
you ain't even got air block in that game, but you can still go sicko mode. You just gotta know how.
Practically a perfect, waiting for the burst, but not Casino knows better than to give it away.
That's actually mad discipline. It takes a lot of players so Celestia to learn to just hold that shit.
Now he has to get.
And that's it paying off. Now you're getting a neutral win.
That would have been wall break otherwise if he hadn't burst. Casino turning the tables perhaps.
All right, and there we go.
The question is, there's one more potential interaction for Casino's Nagoriyuki is a win, but Armchair is immediately taking everything that Nago's throwing and bringing it back, and Nago taking it, and throwing it right back.
But it's gonna be pretty hard to come back from this. We're seeing the hard knockdown. Oh, who am I kidding? Armchair's just gonna DP out of this shit and then RC it. I'm calling my shot right here.
If Armchair doesn't die, which he doesn't, he has almost 75 meter and full burst. And the read. This might be death.
It is probably. With Super on deck, absolutely.
Yes, this is death with the wall break, I believe. But it's not. The scaling throws everybody off. It can go anywhere.
Oh, and the cross up. All right, let me in this shit.
Armchair Titan taking Casino out of the round and bringing us to the dual Celestial fight. What a time. Now, for those who don't know how this upcoming matchup usually goes, as far as I understand it, this tends to be more in Axel's favor, in Leo versus Axel. So this is definitely going to be a question of who wins, the one with the more favorable matchup, or the one with the more experience here. This is because it is a potential toss-up, and I think another case where round start might be what decides it all, but it'll depend as well on how well Shark uses his burst. And Shark gets the first initiative. The read! But Shark doing a very good job of holding his neutral, getting in for a throw, keeping him cornered, but now Armchair comes back with the back turn. You are getting out of this. You've already used burst into super on the wall break, which will lead him to a heavy knockdown, but Shark does have 50 meter. He might pull something here. Looking pretty even so far. We're getting into the scrambles, I think, now. Oh, and the confirm with the 2P. This is going to be another wall break. Or it's not. Almost had it, but this kills it with a flashy super. Armchair 1 round in the lead. But Shark has his burst back. There it is. Shark play for his life here, getting the tornado, getting so much value out of tornado. Let's see, got that corner pressure, keeps it up. He resets to trying his best to neutral, keep it. This might look rough for Armchair here. Oh, but we'll see. See another tornado reset. Shark is not taking any chances because he is making sure he wants Armchair to stay out of and the low mix. Puts us to duel 3. Where does it go from here? Oh, the rainwater read. Armchair already has him in the corner and now is keeping pressure after pressure. I believe there was some resets there. But Shark's fighting for his life, taking back that space with the tornado that's been working so well for him in this matchup. But this probably puts him back to full screen where Shark has a better advantage here. But Armchair with the reads on that cross-up. Coming in, we're getting back to the scrambles now. And we have counter hit. And depending on how Armchair converts this is going to be another full wall break with the super putting Axel to another heavy knockdown and Armchair in favor. But back in where have we seen this situation before? Oh, the BRC to call out and read what he was doing. But Armchair's not going down without a fight. There's still a shot. And that is more than likely game. Shark doing a very excellent job, just slightly out-patienceing Armchair Titan's dire gamble to bet it all on the super. Despite the change, this truly does feel like it could go either way. But oh man, Shark is getting so much value out of that tornado to control space. It really does seem like it is the crux of not just his game plan, but also the crux to beating Leo Whitefang and keeping him from any advantageous opportunity. Armchair just locked down in so many spots, not sure where to take it back from here. But knowing that once he gets in and hits hard. We have a lot of feels like the war of the lows here. Read on the DP. We're still a war of the lows. The high read! Taking on a homing jump, Armchair can't burst, so he just has to eat the damage. This could be match point, but both have 50 meter. How are they going to use it? Shark keeps his pressure, but goes back to neutral, using Tornado to cover his escape. He's coming back in, but what does he do? Armchair playing the patient game. Is this going to pay off? The read, the patience on this man, but it's just not quite enough. Armchair gets teched with the throw.
Ain't no sweat off my back, we take this shit.
And Shark takes it 2-0 on Armchair. That means we have comically large birds winning the bracket set, moving on to winners finals with Flash Horizon moving down to losers bracket. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the end for them here. There is still a very good chance Armchair could come back with the upset on Axel, back with a vengeance. Or even Falco maybe comes back with a vengeance on Casino and does a complete domination that allows for a different change in scenery. But we'll come back to that later. For now, we have everybody spectating, except for Reader's Elfeld, which is just sitting, chilling up in the top, just kind of wondering what to do from here.
Oh, no, he vibing. Let him just sit there, man. He's
Absolutely, absolutely.
Who we got on next, though? What's the next matchup we got?
Well, for sure, we do have an opportunity and choice here, and I'm going to actually leave a poll up for everybody that's spectating here. We have a choice. We can go to winners finals, which in this case is going to be Team Steel Orca versus Comically Large Birds, and we can do this while the people who are in losers bracket can play their rounds off stream, or we can stream all the rounds and have people who are currently in losers bracket go first, while the winners finalists get to relax and watch a little bit longer, take their time, practice, do whatever they need to do to prepare.
The last option would be a bit of an issue considering the room's full.
Are we not streaming on Twitch? I believe we are.
No, the issue is that I am on loser's bracket on your first match, and the room's full.
I mean, we can ask Reader to dip out of the room, because I don't think he's competing, right?
No, he's on Steel Orca.
Oh wait, shit, yeah.
That's why we have a decision to make. If we have winners finals first, then Reader's going to need to be here. But if we want,
we can just have some people temporarily dip out.
It seems that we have people. It seems we specifically have people saying stream all the rounds, stream all the rounds. I need to be here specifically to make sure I'm spectating on live commentary. So I would please ask for one of the people. I would ask then for one of the people from winners bracket to please just leave the room for a little bit. I will ask Shark to stay because Shark is also commenting. Casino has left for the moment. Thank you very much, Casino.
Yeah.
All right, Optimistic Lucio, get on in here.
Hell yeah.
Let's see
this
what
is the two fucking Potemkin's team, right?
That's correct. Let's see what we got. So let's see, just as a recap, what we got next on this bracket. I will pull it up very quickly. All right, so next on our Elite Weebs Strive Bonanza 2, we have Bedtime versus Flash Horizon. No, yes. Versus Flash Horizon is what we have. That'll be Itaray on the Axel Low and CZ or on the Bedman from representing Bedtime, and then on the other side with Flash Horizon we will have once again Falco on the Slayer and Armchair Titan. Actually, we might have to ask someone else to. We might actually have to ask someone else to leave as well because I don't believe Cancer is in the room yet. Or actually, no, Cancer can wait. Cancer can wait. Yeah, he's two fucking Potemkins. Those two are still waiting for the next set. All right, I think we have everybody here. So,
all right,
let's call up our first people. Itaray, let's get you in on one side, and let's get Falco on the other.
All right, we were just seeing some of this in the warm-up rounds before this got going. It's always interesting for me to see Slayer versus Axel because as Axel, you can either just camp in safe ranges or go sicko mode and hope Slayer's bad defensive tools kind of blow him up.
This definitely feels.
I guess this is going.
This definitely feels like a case of two extremes that is going to hinge entirely on the skill of how well can Axel keep Slayer out. No, Ida, go ahead, Ida, Falco, you two are up. I see you two spectating here. Get on down here.
Jump in this shit. Let's see it.
Feel free to figure out your maps, set your games. Might I recommend staying on one of the friendlier lag-free maps?
Oh yeah, please do. I know Ida's a Wi-Fi warrior, so in some of the warm-up games I was doing against him, it was a little rough. I have not had the lag eat my inputs in a good minute, but ooh god.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have ourselves a match. This definitely, like I said, I don't have as much experience on the Axel Slayer matchup, although I know enough about Slayer to get the feeling that this is definitely a case of two extremes.
Oh, I played this shit 10 million times.
Axel has to keep him out, and if Slayer gets in, that's probably GG's.
The thing is, Axel can't even really safely go full screen all that much, because when he is, then all of a sudden, K-Mappa is going to be plus on his ass when Slayer just walks a bit forward and does that shit. And also, you're in range of jump-ins. Like, The key is Axel in this matchup is you gotta stay too close for Slayer to jump at you, but too far for him to 2H you, which is a range that a lot of Axels aren't really comfortable with working with.
Oh yeah. This is very interesting to see too. Ida once again showing all the training he's put into, being very patient with the burst and only waiting until he knows he needs to use the burst and get out of harm's way. But we're definitely seeing what feels like a the read on
there
the
it is.
super.
That was about to be real. Oh, he recovered. That was
block.
Yeah,
That's right.
Once you're in that
CS is
2D range.
insanely.
It's so scary because he just goes in whenever the fuck he wants, and he goes under
Doing
your
a bit of a
5
panic burst here, but let's see. Does Ida get out of the way fast enough? He does.
Oh, yeah.
But he stumbles on the convergence there. Ida has the health lead, but Falco seems to be very good at figuring out when he can get in.
Yeah,
But
he does
Ida's
have a
gonna
pretty
take
good
it home.
handle on like when he should be spacing out and how to space out, but it looks like when Falco gets in, it's just Jover on his regard.
Exactly, which is exactly what I think it comes down to with this particular character matchup. But I can proudly brag about both of these players. I've played against Ida so many times, and man oh man has he become one of the far more patient characters. He's getting much better sense at holding his zone. He's getting good at adapting. But Falco gets in, and let's see.
Yeah, because I'm noticing that Ida is a player who doesn't really combo into Bomber all that much, so he
is more of a as we can see here when taking away the first round. Ida is very much a neutral demon.
Which is crazy. We're playing Guilty Gear. What the hell?
He's playing Axel the way the devs probably want Axel to be played. Playing full screen zoning, pulling him with good reads, making sure that he's controlling all the space.
Immune to the rainwater nerf. Beautiful.
But at the same time, we do see that the moment Falco gets in,
oh my
it's
god,
punishment
not
time as
like
he comes
this.
in, but doesn't do an
It could be
optimal
worse.
homing jump convert. But it might not matter because he's got the meter.
He's
got the advantage.
Get Falco off
Ida's
of him.
completely
This
drained out. And this might
my
be death.
god.
Definitely might have been a panic button there. But Falco might be taking this back. We'll see.
Yeah, it
Right
looks
now,
like these risky plays are working out really well for him because Ida's trying to use a lot of his safer options and not directly call out a lot of what Falco's doing, so shit like that just happens.
It does seem like Ida's great at keeping him out, but once he gets in, he's not quite sure how to deal with Falco's pressure. But at the same time, the read, that is
there it is.
And that's a whopping chunk of damage for one hit.
Something you can actually do as Axel, a lot of people don't know about, is you can do a Rensen on Oki and then Kara the Rensen follow-up into your super to invuln through Super Mappa Hunch. But that is like a 3-frame link, so I see why I didn't go for it.
Oh, the cross-up read here. And that's death. We're bringing it to match point on the tower gamers.
We're 1-1 on this shit.
Exactly. It can go either way now. It's very possible that Flash Horizon takes it back from here.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Falco's got that momentum now. I think he's feeling himself. Just goes straight for the run-up Master's Hammer round start.
Yep, he's definitely starting to get a better understanding and make Ida sweat just a little bit. At the same time, it doesn't seem to be enough to properly deter Ida, because if Ida gets any sort of space, he starts getting that control back.
As a Slayer, though, your best tool
right
is
now,
disrespect. He is not giving a fuck about any of Ida's zoning options, and he might lose a few of those interactions, but because he just does so much more damage off every hit, it's paying off so hard for him.
It really seems like Falco's starting to figure out exactly what he needs to do. Ida wants that space, and Falco just refuses to give him any breathing room whatsoever. No escape, no backdash, no burst, no meter. All that damage. Falco has the 50-meter advantage. Soon to be 100-meter. Will he go for Last Horizon, or is he going to just make sure
we're
this works?
seeing it!
Goes for it! This might be a perfect victory. I don't think he got hit a single time.
That's how you win this shit.
This is perfect. This is
because as a player, it doesn't matter if you lose a few interactions. You just got to keep swinging, and when you get in, you do 60%, and they've done 20% to you every time, so it doesn't matter that you've lost a few gambles.
But the question now, though, is where does it go from here? Because, yes, Falco made it through Axel low, but how's he going to handle the bed? Because Bedman has not just very insanely good zoning at full screen with his projectiles and arrows, but also has that amazing ability to lock down. If he gets Falco into a corner with errors, that might also be GG's.
Yeah, because that's the big difference you run into when you're looking at Bedman versus Axel zoning. Axel's the better zoner, but Axel has to watch out for you. If you're playing against Bed, he's mainly just got the needles, but you have to handle the needles. Slayer cannot just disrespectfully walk up through that shit. He's got a turtle. He's got a dash block. Hey, does Slayer even have a dash block? I don't think he does.
I don't know. That's a very good question. It's going to be very interesting to see how Seed then ends up responding to Slayer, because I know for sure he was watching those rounds.
Absolutely.
He has an idea of what to expect.
I know that he can put in work. That dude Kuzdoz was cooking me in the practice rounds before this.
Meanwhile, this is always a funny matchup for me too, because we have two characters that also have companions. So on the one hand, you have the vampire and the Bed fighting each other, while you have the two lady friends just sitting in the back and, you know, chilling and vibing with each other. But right now, pulling on the burst, Falco's getting that early pressure, but it's not enough. Can he handle Bed zoning?
Honestly, Sharon gotta make Delilah some tea for this one. She should not be watching this. This is not child-friendly gameplay.
Right now, this is actually surprisingly very even. There's not many scrambles, it feels like, but it definitely feels blow for full. Well,
what I'm noticing is that CZ is going for a lot of really safe options on Oki, because Falco will just throw out shit. CZ will do like a backdash JS, and then
oh my god, what? No way!
That's what baller gameplay gets you sometimes. And if you are just disrespectful to the point where they can't even guess what you're gonna do,
that's those Season 4 Bed buffs. That is the Season 4 Bed buffs in action with the health. But what an insane game. CZ is playing very smart and playing very cautiously, because he, even with the extra health Bed has, you're right, he knows better. He knows better than to let Falco get even one little hit, because he knows how much that could be death.
Yeah, because what happened to Ida earlier is that he was playing safe on Oki, but too safe to the point where he would let Falco pull some shit on him. CZ is not letting him pull any shit on him, but he's not pulling anything risky either. And like that's also the other advantage you have with Bedman. Even when you do risky shit, no one plays against Bedman, so they don't even know you're taking a risk.
This might be game point here. This isn't looking good for Falco. Nope. I'm surprised he didn't use a reversal with the 50 meter, but at the same time, it is hard to say, and CZ is definitely not taking any chances here. That's it. Falco, after such an incredible amount of play, is now out of the round, the bracket. It is up to his team partner, Armchair Titan. Falco, no more for now, but if Armchair takes this back, you guys are still in the game.
The bracket demon Armchair coming into this shit.
So again, a reminder for those who don't know, this is a 2v2. The way this works is with every team of two, we have one tower player and one celestial player. The tower players go first, and the first person to lose twice tags out with their celestial partner. The first team to get to 4 victories wins the bracket set. Right now, we're at an even scale because Armchair Titan and Normal CZ are both in a situation where they both have to secure 2 wins to lock in staying in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Bedman versus Leo matchup here, because Leo on paper should win. He has so many good normals to bully Bedman, slow shit, and neutral, but at the same time, no one knows what the fuck Bedman does.
There's also a lot of things Bedman can do that, unless you're playing specific characters, is very, very hard to counter. There are definitely Bedman counter picks, and I don't think Leo Whitefang is one of them.
Yeah, because Leo can't really deal with characters in the air that aren't right above him.
Nope.
Like, that's his biggest weakness, just his lack of an air game at all.
But this definitely feels like it's going to be a war of attrition, and though it may seem like the favorite to win this would be Armchair Titan, let's not ignore and sleep on, unintended, that CZ has put a lot of work into all the different things he needs to know with Bedman. That being said, will it be enough? Is this going to kill? It most likely will.
Sometimes, no matter how much work you put in, Leo presses K or he presses H, and it's just defense.
A lot of the crux to this really does come down to not letting Armchair get into back turn stance. For Bed in particular, it definitely is more than likely a GG's. Bedman is a big body, doesn't have the greatest backdash, so it makes it harder for him to escape out of that back turn pressure. But
yeah, I
the
think what's
read
going
on
to be
the
the deciding
throw
factor
here
for this is just if
potential
CZ
conversion.
can play it safe.
Oh!
He's going for a lot
And
of
we
these.
thought Falco was going to be the only one doing the big plays. CZ
Oh,
being the rare bedman that gets an optimal wall break out of bed install and keeps the pressure up, keeps the zoning, ties it down to a duel 3. This
People
might
do not
actually
put
go
enough goddamn
way.
respect on bed install. You do that thing, you win neutral. They press a button on defense, they get wall broken. There's no way around that shit.
Definitely the case where CZ's bedman might actually beat the allegations of Armchair Titan status.
We're 1-1. Even.
We are.
He just won neutral again.
And you want to know what the best...
determine this is if he's going to be making some safe enough plays to capitalize, because Armchair loves that DP, and he's going to react to those overheads, so...
Oh, the gamble, but it...
Oh my god! Brutal!
Oh yeah, but the health is tied, but both have solid advantages here. Well, did. They're both very quickly trying to... It seems like a lot of scrambles just to try and get in. It's definitely first person to get the hit seemed to be the one who would win here. Both of them
have
having
a lot of exploiting of Deadman's bad defense by Armchair here. I still think CZ can bring it back, but there's just so much respect you have to give Leo, and Leo does not have to give a shit about you at all.
But it's not deterring either of them. They have no time to think, no time to hesitate. Both of them just immediately jumping into the next set.
I think also a big part of it are just these clean-ass conversions from Armchair. Like, this man has 12,000 hours in Street Fighter 4. He is never dropping a combo. And that level of consistency just adds so much to his gameplay. Oh, this is a rough situation to come back from.
We got a wall break, but both are tied on the meter. This could go either way. There is a very... Oh, but it seems like he's not quite sure what to do here.
You know what? I shouldn't have said what I did about him being
patience.
consistent. He just dropped that flash kick.
Armchair with the patience here, not flinching whatsoever in the face of BRC2P to check any button he could do.
There is that roughness though in neutral. You just whip one button on Leo, he gets in, then he's gonna start mixing you, and you've already taken 30%.
Potentially, yeah. If he it all depends on where and when he gets into back turns. And the fact that he already got 50 meter by this point, not even 9 seconds into the round, is insane. But CZ is definitely staying calm under pressure.
Oh, the parry! Does that
But does this connect? It does,
oh my
but it
God,
doesn't.
what?
One good read, but Bedman not giving him the perfect.
He's gotta lock in. He's gotta lock in from here. I wanna believe.
Baby. It's go big or go home. It's... Armchair can't take any chances. The patience is there, but he reads.
Oh my God, can he do it?
This isn't a wall break, doesn't quite get it, but he might be trying to hold the corner intentionally so he can make sure Leo's in the case, but let's see, let's see how this works.
Oh yeah, just such a scary situation, because you touch that projectile and you die, you get shipped out. There is too much shit he had to respect, though great play overall.
And that's Armchair Titan from Flash Horizon, closing out with a 4-2. That time has sadly been kicked out of the bracket, but let's take a moment and just recognize how incredibly well their team played in both situations, especially with CZ on Bedman against Armchair's overwhelming Leo Whitefang. And then despite all that, CZ still managed to keep his cool, keep calm, and found very good little points where he could really, really make it hurt.
Yeah, mad respect to him, just because, like, that last game was beautiful. I think he genuinely would have taken that shit if Armchair didn't build the burst back.
It could have been a perfect victory, but he wouldn't give it to him. Nope.
And he's got that tight-ass pressure, too. It's so hard to DP him because he's just so good at keeping that space.
Honestly, if anything, the thing that makes me so happy with with the Strive Bonanza 2 here, is that, you go into so many different tournaments with Guilty Gear Strive. You watch stuff like Tampa Never Sleeps. You watch all these other online things on Twitch, and then you just see people playing in the most safe way possible. You just see them just, like, not taking any chances, just the most, feels like the most cautious, unsure gameplay, but no. We have people here who, yes, they know when to do it. But then at the same time, they're also playing like go big, go home, try something really cool. Like, we have Falco going for some incredible plays, and it's like, this is the kind of stuff that makes this game so exciting to play and watch sometimes.
Absolutely. Like, let me tell you, I feel like I gained new neuron connections in my brain when that raw Last Horizon hit. Something expanded. There is growth in here.
We're seeing rare sights today. Falco still being the one Slayer I've ever seen at all who goes for Last Horizon. And like, having CZ,
sorry, go ahead.
The other thing being CZ being the only person, still being one of the only bedmen I've ever seen online that uses bed installs so effectively well.
Oh yeah, and let me be so real, man. When I started watching Falco playing, I was thinking, my god, what is he doing? Why is he just going for Last Horizon? You got full meter, you can super map a hunch, that shit will be safe. But then it kept hitting. He did it like 3 times, and it worked every time. It was beautiful.
That's where I'd say it comes down to gamer skill. Falco takes from Armchair in a lot of ways, but especially in being very, very observant and very patient and figuring out exactly when he needs to strike. But let's see, right?
Real, he ain't playing random. He's going for it because he knows there's a good chance that shit hitting.
But let's see. Give me one moment. We're about to head into the next round. I'm updating the bracket as we speak to represent where we sit right now in terms. Let's see.
Hell yeah.
Right, in terms, we just had. Let's see. We just had Flash Horizon versus Bedtime, and now we're jumping immediately into it. Now, for those who are curious and want to see the bracket directly, I will be dropping a link to it. I'm not quite sure how to share the bracket itself on Twitch, for those who might be watching through there. But for those that are in the Discord, I will be putting it in the Fighting Game channel. So far, we still have Steel Orca waiting. I need to update one more time in a moment for Comically Large Birds to confirm that they are indeed going to be in the winners' finals here.
Hell yeah, Brody.
So, with that all put together, our next round is going to be 2 fucking Potemkins for team versus Flash Horizon. This is going to be a very, very interesting one to watch. Mainly because we're almost dealing with exclusively powerhouse characters. It's one of those things where, usually you would notice. It's one of those things where usually you would notice with the difference in health and in damage scaling between a power character versus a normal character. But then somehow, because we have 2 massive damage characters with pretty decent to tanky health, this suddenly turns into a more even matchup again.
See, here's the thing that gets me about it, though, because last round, like, you'd see Falco versus... Oh, my God! You'd see Falco versus Ida, and...
This might be a glue-chugging competition, and really, we're going to come down to seeing who can chug the most.
See, here's the thing, though, because Falco can take risks, but if he fucks up, it's not like Ida, where he'll take, like, a 15% punish. He's getting busted! If you fuck up, if you gamble and get it wrong, that could be the round right there. And there's no second chance.
Oh yeah. And for a quick recap for those who may be wondering, we are indeed in losers semis, and this is going to connect. Falco's not out of the game yet.
Oh, jumps out of it. That's the counterplay right there.
Well, maybe for Potemkin. A lot of other characters don't get away with it that easy, but the timing just happened to work out very, very well for Cancer. Right into another buster. But
God,
it's into a second buster. What's going to go from here? Braun's just going straight for the confirm, playing it safe. That'll lock in one win from Braun's, going into a perfect.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that Falco's really got to get a bit more patient for this matchup because his risks are so much harder to take.
But that's the thing, though. It's hard to do that against Season 4 Potemkin. He is so broken right now because he's a grappler, but yet there are ways he can full screen zone characters between slide head or the new move he got a few months back where he covers the air. It really becomes an RPS from anywhere on the screen. That being said, Falco does enjoy Potemkin as well, so maybe all it takes is one set to figure out how he needs to adapt.
I really want to be seeing some more mix coming out from him because he likes going for those frame traps into Pile Bunker or those like Master's Hammer resets.
Right
but
now,
it's not much high-low from him. I think he really needs to get more mix to get those opportunities in, because otherwise, we see what happens.
There it is. This could go. You just know Falco was wanting that last Horizon. I saw the meter. He's finally adapting, though. He may be down to the last count, but it is not over yet. But Bronze is keeping a very good defense as well. But will it be enough? It might just be. But right now, it's not.
He's not getting. Oh, no!
But he's still alive.
Wait, what happened? What happened here?
What happened?
The teabag in neutral.
There is definitely a bit here. So Falco isn't quite patient enough, and that patience seems to be what led to Bronze taking the win here. It's still not over yet, though. Bronze has to go against the one, the only, the Titan. And I don't know how the Leo Whitefang versus Potemkin matchup goes, especially in Season 4, but we do have two top-tier characters that we don't get to see interact with each other too often.
Honestly, if I would be real with you, my money's on Armchair. Just because DP characters against Pot, that's one of the only ways you get out of him now, because that shit's throw invincible.
That, again, that'll depend entirely on meter, because what happens if he gets Armchair to DP with 50 meter? That's a Heavenly. That is an instant lock to Heavenly. That's
true, but will he be baller enough to take that risk? He's been playing not the most gambly Potemkin.
With Bronze, Bronze is a cautious player. He isn't fucking around. He isn't going too hard or too big because he knows he doesn't need to. He knows that all it takes with Potemkin is one good read. But you can tell this is definitely getting a little rough here. This is going to be, whether Bronze wins or loses, or Armchair wins or loses, this is a war of attrition. We are playing with a character, with Potemkin, who is by nature one of the most patient, needs to be one of the most patient. But at the same time, Armchair is one of the most patient players I've ever seen in my life.
Armchair's outlaning him here. It's beautiful. Because I'm just noticing that in neutral, Bronze keeps trying to take advantage of Armchair doing something dumb, but he's just not. He's just not gambling like all the other Leos do.
No, because Armchair knows you cannot fuck around with Potemkin. You cannot take chances that you cannot afford.
Like, look at this. He keeps trying to poke him out. He's never pressing into the armor moves. He's getting the conversions off the punishes only. He's just waiting for Bronze to fuck up here.
Armchair just holding in, avenging his fallen brother Slayer, avenging his Falco. But let's see. There's 50 meter here, but he gets him on the meaty, and Bronze is, I think, out.
No, wait. He took it 2-0, right? I think he's still got another one in him.
He did take it 2-0. But it's not over yet, because he still has to go against the one and only optimistic Lucio, who's been playing this potentially longer than the rest. Wait, are we going in? Did I miss something? Or
No, Armchair took it 2-0. I mean, Bronze took it 2-0, so he's got to lose twice to get Lucio in.
Wait, but he's playing Bronze League Hero right now. Didn't they already do their two?
Yeah, no, Bronze has lost once. That was his first loss.
Oh my god.
And so he's got another chance to show.
Oh my god.
Let's see if he can outlay Armchair here.
That's apologies, everybody. Here, I was clearly, these rounds are so captivating. I was so engrossed on this. Getting with the guard point.
That is good.
Bronze does seem to be. Bronze is having a bit of a rough time here with back turn. That's back turn. That is optimal back turn. If you think Armchair makes that kind of thing look easy, but believe me, it is so many microdashes, so many little bits of timing and spacing awareness. Bro has blabbed that for hours on end.
I just think Armchair is psychic at this point. He's reading everything Bronze is attempting in neutral, and Bronze is not a bad player by any means.
Absolutely not. Bronze is I can definitely feel a bit of the panic on Bronze's side, but that being
he's
said,
going for these reads. He went for that just raw heat knuckle in neutral. He would not have done that game one.
It's looking pretty rough, but it's not going to kill, so there is a chance here. They both have 50 tension to do something. Bronze is 50 tension, he has 50 burst. But it's just not quite fast enough. That's alright though. It is a hard and it is a well-fought match.
Armchair, please fight your way back to losers finals so I can beat you again in grands.
That's very. I appreciate the confidence, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. You still have a round with Steel. You still have a set with Steel Orca to do.
This is true. This is true. I can't argue with that.
And it might be tough. We'll see how this goes, because I cannot deny just how hard Ishii himself has worked on Mei. I may hate the character, but goddamn, Ishii is the one little thread of hope and salvation that doesn't make me absolutely loathe Mei. Because
man, let me tell you, we were going even last time I played him, so I can tell you this. That's why I am a bit scared. I can't even lie to you.
All right. So now we have another Potemkin versus... We have the two Celestial Gamers. I think, knowing both of them together, this is definitely, I think, going to be a match of reads. Armchair is patience, and Armchair is conversions incarnate, but Lucio is very, very good at reading and downloading his opponent.
Oh my god, that cross-up was... He didn't even need to do it because the first one hit, but he did that shit anyways.
But thankfully, Potemkin's got so much health, Lucio can absolutely bring this back.
I want to see the bust. For it. I need to see the bust.
Ooh, the high gamble mix.
He's got those Street Fighter reactions. He doesn't
go for it. He doesn't have to. I was hoping for the JP again, but he's too close to the wall. We go to duel 2. Almost no burst, but almost full burst meter. And that is a full wall conversion right out the gate, 5 seconds into the round. Armchair is not fucking around. But Lucio is not going down without a fight. He is making sure he does what he's got to do. He made the right read, but Armchair made sure to block. The Garuda just quite, just a little too early. But does this kill? It doesn't kill, but holy shit, that wall bounce conversion is insane. And snuffs out the escape on Heat Tackle. And a second wall break. This could be close to a world tour. This is definitely around the world. This is 2 wall breaks in a single round.
My
and
god.
The read on DP puts it...
I need to see that ignorance coming from Lucio to bring this shit back. I need to see that round star buster, man.
Lucio's been playing very cautious and very... as well as he can. Maybe getting the glue out, chug-jugging it might be what he needs.
There we go.
Garuda on the DP. Now we're getting
that shit a projectile now. We are not getting DP'd on that.
We are getting it. Comes in, reads on that, but still gets hit. Probably went for the buster there, I think, and just didn't get hit.
Damn. That's what I was saying earlier about the DP making life hell for the pop player.
Armchair may have a bit of the edge here, but you can tell Lucio is not going down without a fight, and Armchair isn't quite locking it out quite yet. All it takes is one good read, but this is definitely getting to a very scramble-heavy point. Armchair knows better. The guard point, the patience. I'm not even sure Potemkin's got a good enough load to beat guard point at that range. I don't know the character well enough.
Lucio take the aggression though. When he got that Mega Fist there, he didn't even try to go for that.
Oh yeah.
Gotta see the aggression if he wants to bring this back. So otherwise, he's just gonna keep getting punished in neutral. I'm thinking.
Maybe. We're in a really. Ooh. You know the saddest.
Run the mix. You gotta run the mix.
The crazy thing that happened there, and I'm really proud of Lucio, but the only tragedy I feel is that he didn't have 50 meter to go into Heavenly from that 6P. He was just a little shy, but that's alright. He's not out yet. Armchair might get the wall break here, probably, but I don't think it kills.
It kills.
But nope, not with that health, not with that scaling.
The raw burst. I am sorry,
raw
man,
panic
but it's over.
It's a rough situation here, but between the two, Armchair just, I think, comes out because he's calm, focused, and he is patient. That patience keeps coming back, and it keeps paying off.
Man, I'm concerned about Armchair at this point. A British guy should not be this good at beating Indian men unless he's racist.
Well, I don't think that's quite the case here. I think this really just does come down to a war. I told you. I think at the end of the day, it came down to a war of attrition.
And there is obviously both squads play great, but at the same time, what I was just waiting to see, that Oki was just not getting taken by the pop players nearly as much. They were respecting the DPs too much, and they just couldn't get those big conversions off it.
Sadly, that does knock 2 fucking Potemkins out of the bracket. But let's but for everybody in the chat, let's give everybody a round of applause
Very well played by y'all.
Because let's not pretend that they didn't also fight like goddamn hell and hold their own in such an incredible way.
All right, who do we got on now?
Well,
Oh, we're
I'm
seeing
glad you
Eric
asked because
on.
we are now in the last 3 sets of this bracket for all
My guy,
those
do not
who
be
are
apologizing in the chat. I'm telling you, 214S and go sicko mo. We believe in you, man.
That's right, everybody. Now we are in winners finals. So let's get people in here. On the side, on one side, we have holding stalwart Steel Orca with the elf, with Reader on the Elf, and with Ishii on the May. And on the other side, we have our very own comically large birds, Casino and Nagoriyuki, and our host Shark on Axel Low. But for now, let's get those tower people in. Let's see if they need time to decide. No, they seem to be headed right in. We're headed right, gang spec. Yeah, like smack into the winners finals with Elfeld on one side, Nagoriyuki on the other. We're having a lover's quarrel as far as Elfeld would be concerned. I don't know how Naga would feel about that.
I just gotta see the ignorance from Reader this match. I gotta see it. You gotta just keep swinging.
Oh yeah, Casino playing observant as ever. Not immediately sweeping in for the pressure, but playing very cautious against Elfeld.
Sliding back to full screen. We're getting a lot of respect from Casino on the Elfeld.
Oh yeah,
here.
I think this is definitely a situation of testing the waters. Reader is still very much an unknown for the amount of time that he's played this game. So Casino might just not know what to expect because you never know. The player could be full of surprises.
He is very much a coin flipper in neutral though for what we're seeing, so the Casino's patient playstyle is paying off early on.
Reader very much lost a round, but he held onto his burst, so anything could go. But it's not looking good. That is over half.
Oh my god!
But he's at near full blood. He's about to pop if he doesn't hold his own, and he pops. What does Reader do? Reader goes for gun, but still gets the burst off despite the read on the potential burst fade.
And just the white wild assault. It feels like it's season 3.5 all over again.
Oh lord, it does. It's just definitely going. It feels like sometimes the battles are fought in the mind, and I think this is one of those cases. Casino's definitely may have the advantage in power, but he goes very hard on his meter. And he definitely might be overthinking things. But he does get the homing jump. Let's see that conversion. Nope. Drops it on there. Oh, we got a little bit of some cheeky BM here. I don't know. Is Reader going to stand for that? Let's see what he does. We're back. We're at the zoning.
Oh, that clone though. My god. That thing going through projectiles always fucks with me.
It is. I may be biased, but I do find the clone to be a little bullshit sometimes.
That is bullshit blazing, my man.
But that's true. This is Guilty Gear Strive. Every character should arguably has something bullshit about them. And I guess for Naga, that is the clone and the damage. But the panic back into a PRC.
That PRC, I don't know what the point of it was, but I respect the swag. This may be it though.
This might be a double perfect. I don't know that he got hit the last round.
That is devastating.
That's all right. Reader playing up a very good fight. Despite all circumstances, this is definitely a situation where I think with more time and practice, Reader would be definitely giving Casino a run for his money, I think.
Yeah, the Egg Elfelt character choice, you know, it always switches up after they come out.
But let's see
how he develops.
But let's see. This is where this is where you thought it was interesting before. This is where it's going to get even crazier in an interesting way, because now we have a bit of a nemesis kind of situation, because it is very well documented how much Casino absolutely loathes the character of May. And Ishii is the type of person who is very good at twisting the knife on pressure and making sure that Casino does not get the chances he needs. This is definitely... And what's even funnier is they're both somewhat power characters. Very tanky, very high damage. We have another situation where this kind of evens out to an even match.
My brother, I am praying Casino takes one for me. Or two, you know, I want to believe. I want to see all that shit.
It's not going to be easy. That I know for a fact.
I'm sending all my energy. I want chat. We're spirit bombing this shit. Send your energy to Hungary right now.
You are more than welcome to fluff Casino up, but I, by obligation, must fluff Ishii up just to balance the scales.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Ooh, the burst bait
seeing that
read.
patience come out, though. The burst
bait read.
So many Nagos will get so much more disrespectful, though, but the patience
But
plays off. Oh my god!
Casino's not taking chances, but Ishii can come back from this still, because he didn't. All Ishii needs is one chance, but he doesn't seem to quite have it here. He gets hit by the overhead. Probably was charged using Dolphin Charge, but prep for it. But
that is the thing
we'll
about charge characters.
goes.
People don't respect this enough, but you can smoke them out with overheads because they love holding down back. I've been there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it. But once again, you think just when you think he's out, is she coming right back in with insane wall-to-wall conversions, but doesn't quite lock it out. Does it matter? No, because it kills. It works better in his favor.
God, Made pressure always feels so clean, but so disgusting.
Oh yeah. Ishii with the read again. Even in the face of a duel 3, he's still so patient. That being said, it is going to be rough. We get a super confirm into the wall break, but it's Mei we're talking about. Mei's got the health.
We are getting the hard knockdown, though. It is going to be a bit rough, especially with no reversal burst on deck, though.
I think this is definitely going to come down to to Ishii making the most out of Casino's mistakes. Because if Casino can play perfect, I think Casino will lock this out.
Oh, baby!
Casino's doing a very good job of maintaining his meter, much better this time around.
We got 3-0 so far. Honestly, am I going to get to come out?
It's fair. We'll see. I still think it's not quite over yet. Ishii on the good 6P call-out. Uses the Vert Dolphin for space, comes in for an ambiguous jump-in cross-up mix. Yeah, it's a conversion hit. This is a lot of damage.
My boy is
into the wall break with that
split. That shit always gets me.
I gotta shout out Ishii for a sec, because I know my boy's been working on all kinds of split mixes, and it's really showing in a cool way. It's hit with the overhead, but it doesn't kill yet. There's a shot here.
As soon as he jumps off that dolphin, I got no fucking clue what's going on.
And all it takes, a little bit of patience and just knowing exactly where it is, knowing the knowledge.
I can't say I understand the plan with that one, but I respect my partner's intent here.
Oh yeah. You know how the counter hit this is gonna painful. This is Mei in her element, getting a full conversion into wall-to-wall corner pressure. Casino fighting for his life, trying to get out, but he's at strip of blood. It's going down, but see what's it? Oh, the panic! This is definitely, you can tell these are two very good players, because we're getting down to the point where you're seeing a lot more scrambles and a lot closer matches.
Yeah, this could be it here, though. This is match point for the comically large bird.
Let's not pretend, though, if Steel Orca doesn't win this one, they're not out of the game. They go to losers finals.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I ain't counting them out. I have way too much respect for them to count them out on this. And we gotta acknowledge the situation. And this is pretty foul, though. I can't even lie to you.
Jumps up and doesn't escape corner. Suffers more damage, but Ishii isn't taking chances. He's trying his best to lock it out. And that's game.
Damn. 3-1. 3-1.
Unfortunately, this round was just a situation where Casino just overextended a little. Ishii took full advantage.
We're seeing Ishii get a lot nastier with that mix. I can't even lie to you. Go into the other side there. I would not have blocked that. I can't.
That's totally Mei shenanigans. That is absolutely the kind of thing you see a top tier Mei pulling off all the time.
No, I can't lie to you either. Casino's been real patient on it. They've been a ton of that mix.
Absolutely. Let's not pretend that Casino isn't getting better with all the times he's had to suffer being cooked in the cooking Mei in his pot might have led to a dope ass scoop.
I mean, hey, you know what they say? You gotta get washed before you get clean.
Whoa! But Ishii calling out the charge dust with a good call out on that block. Coming into another conversion, putting him into a pressure situation, but it's starting to get potentially scrambly again. Both characters know that all they need is one, maybe two interactions to win this. This might be a wall break.
Be brutal. No meter on deck, so it can't be too crazy.
The Oki situation. Oh, this is game. This is game.
Disgusting. Let me
time to dust it off, and you have to step in there. Welcome. This is Mei in her element. This is Mei hitting that counter hit, heavy hit that she always needs to get the massive reward on damage. The moment you see that counter hit and you see that anchor connect the way it does, you know you are going to die or you are in for a world of pain. But with that, I will go back to solo commenting, and this time I promise I will be a little less unbiased, a little bit less biased. Sorry, Ishii. But I gotta make sure everybody's got a good fair chance and everybody's recognized for the good plays they do. That being said, I can't really say where I go from here. Both are very strong players, but both have worked hard. The double whiff into a counter hit, but Shark's not taking the fucking chances. This is another situation where Shark is definitely going to have to hold. But Ishii might know a bit better what to do on this situation. He's got the patience he's learned from Armchair Sensei. He's got the conversions he has busted his ass in so many situations to do. And he's played against Axel enough times, he has ways to navigate. The question is, has Shark played against enough Maze to know everything he needs to know? It's very possible. That being said, Shark's very good at his conversions here. Very good at keeping the space he needs. Really using that tornado the way he needs to, locking in on duel 1, holding the space, controlling what he needs. Maze a slippery fish. Can he keep her locked down? If he can, he guarantee locks this in. But if Ishii can come back and do the exact same to Shark's Axel, then Ishii can take it. Let's see, this might be the lock-in. Is this a perfect? It depends. Ishii still got a shot. He's got first. Shark isn't taking chances. He's just going straight into controlling the space and making sure that he has very limited options and choices. But there it is. There's that staple Armchair Titan patience Ishii has learned from the Grandmaster. Taking it in, being very cautious, knowing that he can't afford to make mistakes. But still, Shark makes a good play.
Mad respect to my boy Ishii, but
Shark makes a good play here.
Wait, that's it though, right?
Did Ishii lose to Casino once? Am I tripping?
Yeah, Casino got a game.
4-2? Yes,
Hell yeah, on the grands. Mad respect to you though, Ishii. I was scared the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I get tapped once, I'm cooked, and I am not blocking your shit. So I just gotta keep winning neutral. That's my only goddamn hope.
I told you though. Like I said, Ishii is never someone to be slept on with how much work he has put into this character. With how much, especially it really does feel like those anime where you have something like, say, JJK, where you have Armchair Titan as Satoru Gojo, and then you have Ishii as the star pupil. But now, speaking of, we might get that fight because we're now moving into the losers finals. We're still updating the bracket as we speak. We have comically large birds locking themselves into the grand finals. And we have Steel Orca moving to losers finals. Not down, not out of the game, just quite yet. But now we have a very, very interesting sort of setup here because now we have losers finals with Flash Horizon and Steel Orca fighting each other. We have
the
close
student
rivalries
versus the master.
We have close rivalries. We have student versus teacher. Let's see what's going to happen here, because all I know for sure is the only other person who has played Armchair as many times as Casino might have played is Ishii. I think there's been a point where they've gone into potentially the triple digits. I might be wrong, but I know it's close.
We got the strongest May in history versus the strongest May in today.
Yeah, but we're going to have to wait, because right now we have two other goats here. We have Falco coming in. We'll have Falco coming in with the Slayer. Reader coming in with the Elfelt. Both of you two, come on up.
Can't even lie to you, Chief. I think Falco's becoming my favorite player to watch this bracket. So much gambling with the fucking last horizon, man.
There's so many things that I can just brag about with all these players here, but Falco especially has a little near and dear place in my heart because I have to thank him. If it weren't for Falco, I wouldn't be playing the character I am today. I owe a lot to the man who goes for the craziest plays, no matter who he's on.
Because I'm telling you, you cannot replicate the ability to ball. You can win, but that does not give you the ability to ball.
Falco says he's stuck. Let's see if we might be dealing with some technical difficulties.
Drive netcode, baby. This shit just happens.
Let's see. All right. Let's see if someone can tell us what is going on. They're both on the podium, but don't seem to be able to start the game. It might be a connection situation.
Honestly, I'm just gonna give it a minute. I'm calling this shit. It's just gonna boot them out of the station. Then they're gonna get back in.
People aren't seeing Falco in the room. I still see him in the room, but this might be a situation where Falco needs to take some time, take a moment to reset the game. And usually, you know how it is. Hard reset tends to fix everything. It's
we're gonna be waiting 10 minutes on this game though, because that's startup. My God,
it's that tried and true situation of have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Usually, no one knows why it works, but it works. And
you know, little known fact, Daisuke's inspiration for the amount of time it takes Guilty Gear to launch was actually Captain Falcon's Falcon Punch.
Really?
He just saw that shit and he was like, "This shit hype. I'm gonna make him wait every time."
I would have thought it was a prog rock inspiration, listening to those songs that last 12 minutes for a single track on an album, and saying, you know, I need more people to appreciate the lobby music that, you know, loops every 2 seconds.
My one put on scenes
with biased?
Like part 2, thought I'm the GOAT.
Am I biased? That might be a little bit biased. I'm not usually a fan of the Stride menu music, but only because it's very short, and it is a long wait time between rounds. Falco might be having some technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi about to die, but I don't know. Let's see.
Italian internet.
We might have an upset here. This is going to be interesting to see. I'm excited for this. I know Reader might not have confidence himself, but I have confidence for him.
Absolutely. And from what I've learned by playing this game is if you're on LFL, you're never out. You could be down, but you're never out.
Oh no, Elfeld's one of the friendliest characters to pick up and play. That's for sure.
No, Reader got that confidence now. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself, even if it's completely unfounded. Let me tell you this shit.
Falco has the experience, but Reader has a lot more capabilities as Elfeld, being able to easily confirm into high lows with Rekka that Slayer might not have the chance to deal with because he doesn't have a DP. And to top that off, zoning capabilities that Slayer just doesn't quite have. Falco is entirely going to have to read this on getting in.
He's coming through with that shit talk in the chat though, and Reader's just holding it. My man, you gotta hold the block button even if you're in chat. This that new player experience.
Oh yeah. But let's see at the end of the day. Hopefully everybody here is having fun. All right, let's show of hands in chat. You know, Discord, Twitch, whichever you're watching through. Show of hands. Who's having fun here?
Hell yeah, Brody.
How do you? Feel free to put your predictions up. We'll give them a look while we're waiting for Falco to come back.
Honestly, low-key, I'm starting to think that Reader's chat strategy right now is like some kind of high-level mix-up. Because now, Falco feeling bad for saying that he's going to last Horizon him. He's got him mentally broken already.
It's possible for now, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Will he feel the same way when he goes for the last Horizon in round? Because you and I both know, if Falco has the 100 meter and he thinks he can get it, he's going to take it.
Almost definitely. Reader saying he got no strategy. This is some drunken master type
That's
shit.
alright.
You know, they stay there weak and then they're strong.
That's sometimes the strategy here. Sometimes your best bet is hold the neutral, and then when you get the chance, you lock him down and you just keep going on that Rekka, or you go with your bombs.
Never stop
explosions. Megumin knows this more than anybody. Grizz would probably agree. Can't go wrong with explosions.
And Falco is a gambler, so he is going to gamble on block. We know this shit.
Interesting, Falco.
Oh, the Potemkin! I gotta see the bust. I gotta see the bust.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how this goes. You know, I can tell you right now, Falco is a gambling man who loves seeing the coolest, pulling off the coolest, craziest things in the game for a high-risk, high-reward gameplay. You know, if he's doing it with Slayer, it's on Last Horizon. With Potemkin, it's every buster known to man. And with Eno, he will go for that command grab super because more than anyone, he is one of the best at pulling it off. I don't know how he does it, but all right, now we're into the start of losers finals. We have Potemkin versus Alpha. Let's see where this goes.
Oh,
We're back to the war of patience, but Reader's not going down without a fight.
the devil that is armored moves.
And the Buster.
No, we're already seeing the Busters come out.
Oh, the Reader's not going down without a fight, going in with the Rekka. The good read on Falco, though, just knowing exactly where the gap is. Seeming to know exactly where the gap is there. Maybe he's psychic. Maybe he knows from matches.
We got Coach Ishii in the chat too, trying to give him some updates. Will that change?
But it's not over yet. Let's see how does Reader play this. That's alright. He knew to jump Garuda. Good job there. And snuffs out the jump.
What the hell?
Falco tried to go for a gamble and that charge does.
See, that's that alpha player audacity. Sometimes they just go for shit and it hits even though by the laws of physics that shit should not.
Very good job locking in on these Rekkas. Falco's having some trouble figuring out exactly what's going high and low. But getting in the Buster, it's a go big or go home, and in this case, it's an L-Felt sandwich between two very heated knuckles. We're down 1 on Steel Orca, but we still got another to go. Another Potemkin versus L-Felt. What will Reader take away from this?
I want to see this shit right here.
He knows for sure the Rekka's working out wonders.
Honestly, fuck it. Show me the round start Rekka next round.
Oh, maybe. Oh no. Right
Just
now.
go for it. Just keep going for it.
Falco's finally starting to catch on, but we'll see. And the Rekka conversion, pushing him to the corner. Oh, unfortunately.
Damn, he was in block.
Unfortunately, Falco has to show Reader that that's not a command grab anymore. This is what a command grab looks like. Coming
off
into
the 2H2, the scaling.
But it doesn't kill.
God,
There's still a shot here. And Reader taking as many shots as he can, keeping Potemkin out, maintaining social distance.
Breaking the armor. I'm starting to believe.
Let's see.
I'm seeing the vision.
Ooh, Reader knows what he needs to do against Slidehead. Taking the strat he needs, but Falco taking the advantage to adapt.
Damn.
Takes time, but he is making a comeback in that regard with the adaptation. All it takes is 1, and then he starts to download. That being said, ooh, a very good spatial movement on Reader's part. Sadly, not fast enough to get out of the Buster there. That's alright.
You can't just get busted.
Falco is a man of patience.
Come on, my guy.
Will
Give me that Rekka again.
Reader realizing that he needs to play just a little safer and know it, but still figuring out new creative ways to come in.
The Rekka.
This is why we see Reader on L-Felt, because even with as little experience as he has playing the game now, you can tell he's got a very creative brain coming to work. Most players who would start as early as Reader, they would keep playing and being like, wait, the thing didn't work? Let me do the thing again. Reader's smart enough to look and see, do what he can, and when he notices something doesn't work, he will change it up. He will figure something else out every time. I think this is a situation where definitely Reader, if he, with more matchup experience, would definitely be becoming more of a threat and more of a issue.
I definitely want to see how my boy develops as he gets more games in.
Oh, absolutely.
At the same time,
but now it's going to be
someone got to get him a break. Someone got to get him a week off. Just let him grind.
This is going to be
rough. Floor 10.
This is now the trial by fire. This is notoriously a matchup that Ishii does not like dealing with. Not as May. It works in Falco's favor, but at the same time, when it comes to character mastery, I'm not sure that Falco is still very much a Slayer main. So it's going to depend. But right now, it's looking like there's a lot of scrambles going on. The health is somehow evening out, though, because we both have 2 power characters with 2 tanks.
Oh
ooh,
my God,
the vertical dolphin read, but the burst stops that heavily. I don't even know if that would have connected otherwise, but this is the kind of plays we know and love Falco for doing.
Ishii again. No one's fallen this hard in these games so far.
Ishii again on these really solid wall hit, counter hit conversions through the break. But Falco with that patience, immovable like an elephant, reading on that charge, on that dust move. being patient even when Ishii's fishing for mistakes, and Falco is just being not giving it to him.
Because I'm noticing that he's calculating when to take the risks.
Ooh,
The risks are not calculated, but when to take them is.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. It definitely feels like Falco and Ishii as well are both really embodying the situation of characters who play both very cautious and safe, but the moment they get one hit confirmed, they hit like a truck.
Oh, and right there it is. We got that command grab going on.
That's a wall break, guaranteed.
My boy
both at 50 meters. There's a lot of ways this can go.
Over there, raw.
Get me out of here. Falco, just get me out of here. Put me in a situation where it's neutral. I am not dealing with this. Let's get May in the corner. But Falco's in a bit of a rough spot now as Ishii gets these conversions. Doesn't get it through the wall, but definitely locks it out with that corner pressure.
I really want to see him go for some more risks here because it's like the situation that he's been running into where past matchups where someone can outlane him. He's got to be unpredictable here, I'm thinking.
Falco's saying he thinks he needs more practice on pot. But interestingly enough, he seems to be confident enough to stick on it. No, he's confident enough to stick on Potemkin. He's sure he's got this. Maybe he's just feeling Potemkin. Maybe he knows the matchup for May is very rough when you're playing as Potemkin. It's usually in the Potemkin's favor, especially in Season 4. But Ishii is not giving him any quarter. Getting in on that juicy anchor.
Gameplay. It looks like he's struggling to get an opening to actually run his pressure. He keeps like hammer following up, but he's just getting blocked every time.
He's got the 100 meter though, so this is where Potemkin gets at his scariest. Ishii may have the health lead, but this might be where Falco comes back.
Ain't second to throw, but he got the Aegis set up. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, he goes back to neutral. He's not taking any chances. He's playing it safe.
It might just be the unfamiliarity with the character that's slowing him down. Because
maybe
he's dropping some of those hammer falls, and I feel like if he's getting that Oki more consistently, we've seen a lot of crazy shit going down.
Then again, the scaling might have been so bad with that use of a full 100 meter into a combo, it might not have killed, and he'd be in a worse situation without that meter.
Oh, no, I mean, the hammer fall for catching up on neutral.
Ooh, the rewarded gold burst in neutral pays off, gets a meter, but Ishii's not taking it.
Oh, he got bounced so hard he couldn't even combo.
This is insane. How many times are they both going to send each other into the corner and then out of the corner? They just can't seem to make up their minds if they want that juicy mid-screen pressure or if they want that juicy corner pressure. They both know they can get the advantages out of it. Locking in.
Pressure that we know Ishii for, but I want to see what's going on with this meter.
Still
no butt slam, but oh, he's back in.
Yes, he is. Ishii is making sure you stay in my cage. Get in here. I didn't say you could leave yet.
I'm not trapped here with you. You're trapped here with me. It's
insane.
not like Falco can't bring this back. It's 1-on-1 on this round.
Even then, it's okay. Falco can play the best he wants, but it's still not a losing situation. Ishii is playing out of his mind because he knows if he loses, that's it. Steel Orc is out of the tournament, and you can tell that that adrenaline is pumping into him, and definitely improving on his gameplay.
So I feel like the nerves are also hitting him because you saw him drop that conversion there. I believe in my boy, but at the same time, he's got to calm that mental a bit.
Sadly, that puts Falco out of the situation, but not necessarily out of the game. It's entirely going to depend on if Armchair can bring this back. And this is where... No, Falco, you're not necessarily dead. You're dead, sort of. You are out of this particular round. Armchair is going... It's instead Armchair's turn to tap in.
You could be against me and my boy and my them in winners finals after this. You could be seeing it.
Oh, I think we're going to have to run out the timer here. We accidentally did another rematch, so I think this is the time where everyone can take a little bit of a breather and have some fun here. Just these two. Just a casual thing, since we kind of just have to wait for everybody to get in. So now we get to see what these players work like when there's nothing at risk, everybody's unhinged, going for the craziest crap you've ever seen in Guilty Gear Strive. Now it seems like perhaps maybe the casual nature of this match has awakened something in Falco. He's like, at last, I can cut loose and I don't have to worry. You can just end by pausing. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can pause in player rooms.
Nah, you can't.
Nope, it's still technically an online match.
Only on local play.
Yeah, if we were offline in versus. No, yeah. No, we can't get out of here. This is... Well, we just get to watch... We're watching the very entertaining scramble here. But the Buster!
Yeah!
Oh! You know what would have been safe? Can you imagine if this had been the actual bracket round? Doesn't kill, and that's just freaking May Guts and tank damage. She's just built different. She just doesn't skip leg day. Doesn't skip arm day. Doesn't skip any day except any day that Johnny is not in her loving arms.
One of these days. One of these days.
I don't think
hard enough, May. I believe in you.
But I know May can only hope. Let's see, going in. It is crazy. It is really a treat just seeing both of these characters just completely relax, sit back, and cut loose. This is the game I live for. Just seeing the crazy stuff. Seeing the gamble.
You can tell now the pressure's off. Everyone's just having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful 6-8. The pot ran
again, if there's one thing I can still always appreciate with Ishii, it is the insane work he's put into these conversions. He just, as soon as he gets that hit confirmed, he just locks and identifies, I know what I must do.
Whoa. Oh, definitely. I'm dropping half of my shit. I've seen him drop a combo.
No, that was a
scary bracket.
That was a scary high-low mix, and Falco just saw completely through it. He was just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I will.
Damn, if only that counted. He locked in.
But that's all right. It's all right. We still get a fun time.
We had 2-2 Armchair versus Ishii. Let's get in this.
All right, that's right. Feel free to pick your song. I would suggest, pick your songs, pick your map, figure it out. I think this is definitely a special occasion as we're in the last rounds of losers finals.
This is the biggest grudge match in the whole damn thing.
Two beautiful shorties, both brandishing anchors of their own kind. How will this go down? It is a student versus the master.
Unga versus Bunga, some may say.
Maybe. If it were any other players, I'd agree. But these two are some of the most safe, cautious, patient people I have ever seen in a game.
Honestly, yeah, the only charge players in this game who actually will down back.
They are truly characters that will play as safe as they need to. But the second they get one hit confirmed, it is either death or it is hit like a truck and wall break, almost guaranteed every single time.
I'm ready to see the blender. Right now, they're getting blended, but someone's getting blended.
You can see right there, Armchair's got a bit of an edge, but...
Oh, the game just speed ran on my end. I guess that's just me, though.
She knows better. I'm not fucking with it. Fishing for the 6H hits, but not quite getting it. He said hitting for the heavy hitter. She knows, but Armchair seems to know just a little bit more this time around with that good call out on the shield. It's not looking good, but we'll see. The meter situation is sort of tied up at the moment. But how does Ishii convert? It's time to make your master proud, Ishii. You got this.
Oh, wait, that's safe! Oh my god, the throw!
Oh, this is
beautiful defensive play right there.
This is exactly what I expect to see from an Ishii versus Armchair Titan match. You think there's so many layers deep in on each other because this isn't just a matchup situation. This is a knowing the player situation.
They're already on layer 3 of mix.
Oh, yeah.
First two.
They were on layer 3 the moment round 1 dinged.
We got our top scientists in the lab watching this shit right now. They say we're reaching 4 or 5 right now.
Got locked into the no-win scenario.
All the way up to 12 by the end.
Armchair putting in the pressure. Let's see what Ishii does for this. It doesn't break the wall. Armchair takes the bait instead in the corner. But even now, even with the advantage, he's still not taking chances because he knows all Ishii needs is one chance, and he takes it back immediately if he does. But that's going to close out the first set. Armchair 1 away from keeping Flash Horizon in the game for either way. Both of these players coming in right in the back turn. Ishii's not chancing it. Ishii putting the corner pressure on Armchair, but Armchair finds that gap. If there is a gap, Armchair will find it. Ishii knows this. But Ishii, on the other hand, you've taught me well, Sensei. If there is a gap on your side, I will find it, and I will hit you with a heavy counter in into a full conversion. Despite all things, it's looking looking rough, but it's not over yet. This might... Okay, now it might be over. Just for this round, we go into Duel 2, Armchair 1 in the lead. Nobody has burst, nobody has tension. This could go either way.
Oh my god, this
and Ishii, that's a wall break. That is a wall break, and that is half health.
Getting that shit meterless at round start.
That's where it comes down. One good round start can turn the entire game to your favor. Oh my
god! Oh, we're not seeing it again.
Was that supposed to cross up? Was this all according to Ishii's plan? We'll never know. Or maybe we will if we knew May better.
There's that Leader 7 mix.
We're back into a scramble. Ishii may have the lead, but both know exactly how this is going to go down the moment one person makes a mistake.
Oh, that combo is nuts. Just kick jab, and back turn. I did not know that shit was real until like an hour ago.
It's hard to deal with. Leo, its back turn is such a beautiful thing to see in action. It is maybe Leo's win condition, but it's still ways to play around it. It's just insanely difficult, but man, does it feel good to work around. Armchair catching him with the gap. This is a conversion into death. Alright, and with that closes out Losers Finals. Last Horizon still staying in the game. Falco,
you are going on to Grand.
You're still not out of the game yet, Falco. You keep asking, but you're not. Every time you think you're out, we keep pulling you back in for another stream.
Y'all don't mind? I'm gonna take a break for just 1 second before we move on.
That's quite all right.
We
got one last game to go. I think we'll give everybody a few minutes to just rest, recuperate, and think. But for everyone that's still here, let's give everybody should give a round of applause to Steel Orca. Let's not pretend that they did not have a very, very insanely good tournament run, getting all the way to Losers Finals. Sometimes you just can't beat cute and cuddly and adorable characters that pack so much of a wallop. And today, I think both players demonstrated some of the best qualities, not just of the characters, but of the things they have learned over the time that they have played these characters. So if you're in the chat, whichever one, Discord, Twitch, whatever, give them a round of applause. Tell them how they did. Tell them what good they did, I mean, is what I should say. Let's try to keep things up here as things go. Because right now, I think we're starting to get more... We might actually be starting to get more people here, which is just in time. Which, hello to the new people here. You're more or less just in time for Grand Finals. We still got a good amount of people. Dolphin Sweet. Let's see. Honestly, yeah. We have time to wait. I think it's a good time to wait for Sharp before we start getting in any kind of Grand Finals for the moment. But I would say we've had some it's been really nice seeing all these really good rounds and seeing some matches I just don't typically feel like I see played that often. Like seeing CZ going in with Bed, all that he does, it's just Deadman versus Slayer is not something I feel like I see very often. It's still such a treat to see. But let's see. Man, it does get me excited though. Part of me wishes I would have been able to join in on this one too. Set. I will say pour one out though for Grizz, Chan, and Redundant, who both couldn't make it for this tournament for circumstances. I wish they could have been here. It would have been really exciting to see Viking and Bridget, because again, characters that I just don't see represented that often in tournaments. That's got to be the most refreshing part, I think, of this whole thing, is that most of the times you're just used to constantly seeing the same circle of players. You keep seeing Johnny, you keep seeing Sin, you keep seeing Gold Lewis. But now we got a lot of people that we just really get to showcase and really treat us to some of the nicest off-meta picks that you, top tier or not, that you just don't see that often.
All right, let me jump in this shit. Let's get this going.
All right, we got it. If Grizz was here, I'd have forced everyone to play off mains as a funny thing to say, but I don't know. For all we know, Grizz might have actually played off main by sticking with Viking. It could have been a team of 2 Vikings. But that being said, I think we are on this we are about to start in this final matchup, I'm going to highly recommend and suggest that both players, before you go in, find a good song to match this, to match the epicness that is the Grand Finals. Pick what you like. I have my own personal recommendations, such as Crawl or Get Over Nightmares. Things that ooze the epicness of the moment that we're about to enter right now.
Honestly, I go for Drift to get the nerves off. If I fuck up, I forget that shit in 2 seconds, my guy.
Maybe that might be the case. We know Casino. It's interesting to see how we'll go with this. Speaking of Falco, it'll be your turn to come on up whenever you're ready. The curious thing is, we know Casino is absolutely going to be a lock-in from Nagoriyuki, but I wonder how Falco is going to take this. This is a rematch one way or another. It is a revenge match.
It would be very nice to see the big body versus big body matchup.
There's a lot of people that Falco could pull. It all depends on who he thinks is...
Oh, that was a pop, but he backed out.
Who is he the most confident in? Who does he think would be a good way to completely get Casino to fumble as Nagoriyuki? Or does he want to just stick to his guns? He's sticking to his guns.
Oh, we're seeing the Slayer. He's a believer.
Vampire versus vampire again. I wasn't sure. I was like, Falco plays so many people in the roster. He plays Slayer, he plays Potemkin, he plays Eno, he plays Happy Chaos, he plays Kai. If you haven't seen Falco play Kai, it's seeing him take an entire game back because he was expecting to get the dragon installed the entire time.
Oh my god, beautiful.
Because that is how he plays. Go big or go home.
I ain't even surprised with how he's using that fucking last Horizon.
That is the... Hey, we somehow get the most surprising theme of all, the Bridget theme, invoking that Grizz-chan energy, I suppose. But let's see, how's this going to go? Both of them have already exhausted burst, but it seems like Falco's keeping an advantage here. I think Falco might have been learning something since the last time they played. The charge does
risky overhead?
But that jump was a good call, but still not enough to deal with Master's Hammer. He's just a little too plus.
We're noticing Casino's taking a lot more risks than last time, you know.
Oh, yeah.
What I wanted to see is adaptations going on, just a bit more patience.
It's definitely what's happening.
For Falco to take a bad risk, because as Nago, you can kick his shit in for that.
It's both of these characters in a nutshell. They're both big, heavy hitters.
Oh, yes.
That being said, it definitely seems like Falco has learned quite a bit from the last time, and Casino definitely has that confidence going for him. Then again, it could also be the theme for both of these. Bridget theme got people acting up. Ooh,
beautiful.
Good. Oh, it's just not quite enough to cross up. I think that's a spacing situation. But this doesn't kill either. Falco's got 100
meter. He's got full meter on deck. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Well, you know he was going to go for it.
You had to know, but you got it.
Because, man, that would have been a round ender if it connected. But Casino, I think, is anticipating this. As soon as he's got 100 meter, he knows to respect. Because he knows how fast it's going to end if it doesn't. We're down to duel 3 though, and right now it's not looking good for Casino.
That is a nasty conversion.
Falco, when he doesn't go for the big risks and goes for consistent conversions, I think that's a perfect.
Oh my god, we can still Falco see it come back though. With how swingy these matches were last time, I want to see Casino bring this back.
I know you do, but this might be a situation. You might be in a spot where you end up having to fight the monster that is Slayer.
That is true. Because I was talking big game about Slayer versus Axel earlier, but I might have to prove it, though. I believe in Casino.
It's getting rough, though. We'll see how this goes. Even with the health lead, Falco's still keeping his cool. Is this going to be a situation where Armchair Titan's going to have to get up at all? Or is he just going to be able to press the snooze button while he sleeps in his recliner? We'll never know. Or maybe we will, but right now, Falco is absolutely locking in. Still playing gamble.
Again.
But that is a conversion through. I think Falco knows what he's doing now.
Oh, definitely.
He knows that he can give it a try because he still has a whole round. But this is potentially...
He wants to hit that shit.
He did. He's still ahead by 1. He knows he can fathom the risk because even if he loses this, it's still 1-1. Goes for the command grab.
That's some Street Fighter shit, the shimmy
Casino
out of there.
Keeps the spacing, but the grab read on both of them.
Very nice deflect shield. I see no one using that shit.
That's the weird thing.
Kinda good.
That's the weird thing. It seemed like it didn't connect so much. It seemed like they both whiffed. This might be round point. Oh, but he's...
Oh, the throw!
The BRC,
1-1!
The BRC, they're calling out. This is match point. This could go either way, and I think both players are finally truly locking into each other. We're seeing good adaptation on Casino's side, but Falco seems to have had some kind of renewed energy with this match. Maybe it was... Maybe it was
Someone's coming in after them. By God, don't make it be me.
The conversions. The pile bumper loops. This is the first time we've seen it all game. The call out with 2D. This might be a round ender. Casino knows he's
not crazy as shit for this one, though.
Casino knows better. He
either
has...
lie. Casino getting that corner to corner,
but
right
he
here.
knows he is
saucy as hell.
He knows he's one mistake away from losing, though. He sees Slayer at near full burst. You
see that full meter, though. You know what's coming after.
He's not chancing it, but what's Falco going to do to try to lock this in? You know what the scariest part of this whole thing is? There's still another round to go. It's this close, and there's still another duel, too.
We'll see this shit. Oh, the counter hit on the second slash.
I think Casino's starting to just play everything safe. He knows that if he gives Falco one little bit of breathing room, that's game.
Yeah, it's like what I mentioned game one. I was wondering when they're gonna start like getting that respect, that patience back in, and we're seeing it now as they are taking it with the perfect. My God.
Unfortunately, because Falco made some very good reads there, but it didn't quite seem enough to be able to convert that into a massive comeback.
And now let's see it. We got the Titan getting out of the armchair here.
This is an interesting situation we have in. Most people would put their money on Armchair Titan, but Armchair and Casino have both stated Armchair feels like he takes a little time to adapt to Casino if he can run off the energy that comes from an advantageous initial round.
Let's be real. Casino knows what they're doing because they did take a round off. Yeah. They did take a whole game off Ishii last time.
They did. It's fueled by hatred for Mei, and using that, converting that into the brain juice he needs to see every weak point, to know every little moment he needs to attack and capitalize off that one juicy hit confirm he needs.
Casino, embrace the spite in your heart right now.
We'll see how it goes. Again. This is an absolute
character. This is your enemy.
This is an absolute monster of a tank of a classy vampire, steeped neck deep in dandyism. But he is against someone who might as well be of impenetrable defense. Let's see. I mean, at this point, it's almost like going against Neo from the Matrix himself. Armchair can see through the code vision. He'll know the weak spot. He can capitalize it. But we'll see how this goes. Who wins the round start? Casino's starting, but not getting a full conversion.
Oh, the DP whip!
The panic burst.
Casino's like patient and respectful play paying off in baiting these DPs that Armchair just loves to throw out.
But it's still not enough. It's still not enough to crack Armchair just quite yet. It's becoming scrambly at best, but Armchair, undeterred, going into back turn, getting massive conversions damage. Is this going to break the wall? I think this does.
Shit I didn't know existed.
And the scary part is he still has 50 meter and a hard knockdown. There's anything that could happen from here. It is death.
There's that cross up. My God.
It is a locked situation. It is hard to deal with. Armchair with that patience, with that read.
That shit
getting into a back turn state already, and we're not even 10 seconds into this round. Holy crap. Going for a ground read, but just not quite respecting the fact that back turn is something you can't grab out of. When he is in back turn, you need to hold that mix, and you need to get the frick out.
All right.
But it is what it is.
Looks like it's my time. Wish me luck. I'm getting in this shit.
Cleaning house, the Titan reigning supreme, taking us into the final, potentially 2-3 matches. It's 2-2 grand finals. Did Armchair learn anything from the last time he dealt with Axel? Is he going to stay on Leo or switch? What will he do? The confidence is there. He's sticking on Leo. Double commentators. You know what? One of you want to get in here? Join me with this. Doesn't have to be someone. Let's have some fun here. Come on in. It is anyone's game here. Armchair definitely seems to be learning a bit more from the last time. He's aware of the space control. But it looks like Shark's still not going to let him have it so easily. Keeping on that patience, baiting out the DP properly. Taking a lot of damage and corner conversion. Armchair not taking the chances. We know that once he gets in, if he gets in, that might be game, and Axel will be forced to use burst. But there it is. And the burst out of the DP, putting him back in the corner. Burning meter, but still not breaking that defense. And now, Armchair is forced. But let's see. And catching him in a whiff. Catching him in a punish there. It's not looking good, but the scales are even out now. Keeping it in, keeping it locked. Shark's Axel locking it in with the tornado, beating on the high-low mix of the high, going into a full conversion off that homing jump. Getting positive bonus, having the sizable lead in tension. But is it enough? It doesn't seem. Armchair is going to get a wall break out of this, I think. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Look at that. But is this enough? It's not. Can't even burst. Can't get out of this one. Armchair is not going down without a fight. It's not over yet. We're on duel 3. Armchair definitely learning. Baiting the burst, but still getting hit by a button that's a little too fast. Shark again with these tornadoes. He knows. You might as well call him the Tornado Master or Hurricane Man or something, because man is he so good at keeping and controlling and holding this neutral with those tornadoes. But Armchair's still hard to crack. It's not looking good, but I don't think it's going to be a perfect. We'll see. It's a scramble. Even with all this, Shark locking it in on the perfect. We move on to potentially the round closer. What does Armchair do here? There's definitely some time to think, but nope, he's going in right back as Leo. This might be match point. We'll see. We're potentially 2 duels away from deciding a winner. Does Armchair bring it back from here? We'll see. Cracks him in. Playing cautious, dealing with Tornado. Armchair seems to finally be learning how to deal with it. And getting a full conversion again, but it's not quite there. Shark absolutely capitalizing on that little bit of gap of time where his back turn can't block anymore. Blocking down space with Tornado again. Can Armchair figure out how to deal with this? 100 meter for the spend on the bait. Is it enough? Getting hit with the low. Coming in. We know this, despite the health lead, this could have gone either way. Armchair is always one hit away from a full wall break and has the damage and has burst here. But this is tricky. This is very tricky. Holding his own, trying as best he can. Catching him on the patience, just a little bit extra. Safe pokes, but Armchair seems to be out safe poking him here. Even, it's incredible to see players of this caliber, after all this time, coming down to these safe poke scrambles, knowing that they are both one mistake from potential death. Shark, one move away, one interaction away from taking it home. This could be game. Can Shark lock it down, or is Armchair coming in with a counter hit? You know what that means. That is full wall break conversion. Near full meter. Oh, unfortunately, doesn't lock it in. But closes the gap. And Shark takes it home. Comically large birds.
And that's a 2-0 right there, baby!
That was closely, well fought. But sadly, Armchair might have to go back to the lab a little bit to figure out exactly where he needs to exactly pinpoint the weakness of Axel Low. But Shark demonstrating again how masterful he is at controlling space, especially with that tornado. I don't think there was ever a bad tornado in an entire tournament.
I will tell you something I was doing too. When I was doing those tornadoes, my whole goal was to bait him into down backing all the time, because Leo loves that, and I kept doing those down pokes. The one time I did that 6H, it was to take that last round.
True. It's definitely one of the ways to absolutely take advantage of a charged character, abusing the overheads. You mentioned it before, and it seems like you were definitely doing your best. That being
I've been on charged characters. You gotta abuse that shit.
With that being said, we've now hit the end of the full bracket. Your winners of the second official or unofficial, whichever you prefer, Strive Bonanza 2 for Elite Weebs, is our team of comically large birds. I will be getting the top 8 ready shortly, but it looks like now we're doing some friendlies. I don't know if the stream's still up or still over. I can double check. At this point, I think people can casually use some friendlies while I put together the top 8. I think in the meantime, though, everyone give a round of applause. Give a round of applause to first our second placers, Flash Horizon, coming back from the brink, clawing their way through all of losers, making the comeback of the century before finally making Team Comically Large Birds sweat and play out of their minds to lock it down. But then, of course, we do have our winners, the Comically Large Birds, Nagori Yuki and Axelo. Give them a warm round of applause. Give them all your love. Sadly, we don't have prizes. Maybe Elite Weebs, try Bonanza 3. I'll see what I can do. See if we can't have something.
Thank you very much, and well played to you all. Good game.
Indeed. In the meantime, though, that is our tournament. I think we'll still be streaming some friendlies between different players. Anyone who's welcome to jump on in here and get some experience and have some fun. I will mute momentarily to put together the top 8 and have that posted in Fighting Games, and I'll see if the mods here are fine with us putting it into announcements, since we have more people watching and enjoying this that don't play Guilty Gear Strive. But I will be back momentarily.
Damn, these split mix-ups go crazy. Okay. Ooh, the patience on the deflection, my guy. Very nice. I was mashing that DP after the fucking RC, because no one blocks after YRC. I mean, not DP, super. I'm bugging. I'm too Street Fighter brain on this shit. Why did I get hit by that? What am I doing? I gotta be 6B anymore. Shit, I didn't get my reversal out in time, nice.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh nah. Damn, I goofed up. I shouldn't have gone for the 2S there. Tragic gamer moment. I can speak. Is that it? Huge. Oh no, shot that combos. What the fuck, dude? Damn nice. Ah, damn, you're calling me on it now. Bro, is that whiff on purpose to bait me to match? What the fuck? Oh. I got a 6P then. Judge, I backdashed that. Nice. That's not what I want. Pressing, I should not be doing all that much.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about the second hit! God damn, nice. Oh, shit.
Slap. Duel 3. Let's rock.
Alright, and with that, I have put together our top 8.
Hell yeah.
Let me get that all settled. I'll do one more little tweak. All right. And then just do a second generation to make sure I have all the player names underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Oop. Wait a minute. I need to upload all these pictures again. Oh, one moment. Let's see. It was kind of funny and a little surprising, I suppose, to have. I kept using Jacko and Soul as sort of like the premier couple, since this was the whole kind of thing came from it being close to Valentine's Day. But nobody played Jacko nor Soul as a team. I'm like,
yeah. Honestly, were there any lore accurate teams in this?
I would think. So Jacko and Soul would be one.
Oh, Potemkin, of course.
Kai and Dizzy would be another. Sin and Ramlethal, or Ramlethal and Elfelt. There would also be Chip and Anji. Asuka and Happy Chaos. There's a lot of ways you can do pairings together based off of lore. Let's see. Maybe Albert. Alright, let's see. Let me just re-upload these. Let's see. It'll take a moment to generate. Oh, wait a little bit. I will admit, there is one thing we did become a little fortunate on, which is if Armchair would have won that first Grand Finals, we would have had to have technically had a Grand Finals reset.
Oh, reset would be beautiful.
But I have to figure out how to math that out, because I think what I think would have been the situation if we had a Grand Finals reset is we would have had to call up Casino and Falco all over again.
Oh yeah, we would.
To have them do that, which is just kind of funny to me because Falco kept wondering if like
is this the end? Am I out now?
Like, am I out or do I get to keep going, Coach? Every time we're like, no, you don't. You're coming right. Get back here. So it is really funny.
Nah, hell yeah.
And also just very great. All right, let me just do one more little tweak. And then I saw Armchair was nice enough to... The Armchair was nice enough to do a top 8, or to put the top 8 in the Twitch, which was very much appreciated. I'm doing another version that just has all the player names underneath where the Twitter handle would be, but I'll save that for the server. What's there? Mm-hmm.
All right, gamers, I may be heading out now, but GG's, yo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wonderful. Oh yeah. Yep, I think this is definitely it. I think we can end the stream here if it hasn't ended already. But in the meantime, I think if anybody wants to still keep playing games, we can make a new room and keep going. But in the meantime, for anyone who still might be watching on Twitch, thank you very much for joining us. This has been a wonderful blast. It's been so much fun to be able to do this and share just a small little part of Elite Weebs with everybody else. Kind of looking over from other channels, being like, what are they doing over there? And maybe this gets some of you excited too, and maybe you all will join us the next tournament we host. Look forward to Elite Weebs Strive Bonanza 3. What the gimmick will be that time, I'm not quite sure yet, but more than likely there will be a gimmick. In any case, this is Snake, and I am signing out.